Hi Aquarius, and welcome to your spring tarot forecast. This will cover the time frame of March 19th through June 20th, 2020. In this reading, I'm just going to bring forth general messages. I won't really touch on romance. I already did a spring romance video. I've linked it below if you have not viewed it yet. But just because of everything going on in the world right now, I'm going to bring forth positive messages only in this reading. I almost wasn't going to do these just because of everything going on. There's a lot of, fear-based energies happening right now. There's a lot of sadness in the world. There's just a lot of crazy. But Spirit reminded me that it's in the darkest times where we need to shine our light the brightest. So I'm doing these readings and I'm bringing forth positive messages because this energy is going to shift and change. And based on all the other readings I've done, you are the 11th one I'm doing, Aquarius. By mid-spring, April 20th to May 20th is when the energy is really going to normalize and start balancing out for everybody. So I'm going to start your reading by pulling cards from the Archangel Metatron deck, since Archangel Metatron is the angel that helps us through our trials and tribulations. So we have boundaries, set them daily. Kundalini, untapped energy. And evolution, birthing the new. Oh, I like it, Aquarius. And I just have to touch on set boundaries on the daily and tie it into your, spring love forecast, because your spring love forecast was very much about setting boundaries. So Aquarius, that means to me that that reading for some of you doesn't just apply to your romantic life. There are certain relationships in your life currently, friends, families, co-workers, acquaintances, as well as romances for some of you, where you are not being valued and appreciated enough, where you're giving much, much more than you're getting back. And I see that here in this first card. So in the first part of spring, Spirit's really asking you to put yourself first, to really think about what's good for you, what do you need, and have no shame in saying no and setting limits, setting boundaries, cutting people off, demanding respect. Spirit's really encouraging that for you. But also as a more general message, with the boundaries, set them daily. The first part of spring, I do see some of you being quarantined or, self-isolation. And just depending on where you live, there's different rules in place. But this, I do see some of you kind of being in quarantine. And, it's no fun. I'm currently there. I've been in my house for a week straight. I have not stepped outside my door, so I get it. It's a little not fun, to put it lightly, but it is for the benefit of you as well as the benefit of others. I just tell myself, staying inside keeps me safe, but also keeps others safe from me in case, I've contracted the virus and I just don't know it yet. So some of you I do see being in that self-quarantine, but by mid-spring, April 20th to May 20th, there it is. That's when the energy shift happens for you guys as well as everybody else, and things really start to normalize and balance out. But also you feeling much more full of life and vitality come in mid-spring, and then by end of spring, Aquarius, we have evolution, birthing the new. So you're transforming into something else entirely in some area of your life. And I just have to say that Saturn has just moved in to your sign on the 21st of March. I guess we're not at the 21st of March yet, so it's almost there, at least when I'm recording this reading. So Saturn is moving into your sign, will be there till March 2023. And this is the big game changer, as as far as energies go for the world at large as well as within us. And so for you guys, Aquarius, Saturn moving into your sign, there's huge evolution and birthing of the new that's taking place for you. As Saturn was moving through Capricorn, that was an incredibly hard transit for all of us, and you guys balanced a lot of karma and learned a lot of life lessons, because now as Saturn moves into your sign, you're evolving into something much more than you have been in the past, like the past 3 years for sure. I also did a reading for Saturn moving into your sign. You can check my playlist and go to your monthly tab for Aquarius monthly readings, and watch it if you haven't. It was very positive for you guys, but I see it coming through right here, like towards the end of spring as you move into summer, life is changing, you're evolving into something else, and it comes from all that work that you did as Saturn was moving through Capricorn. And so 2020, you're going to start getting those rewards. You know, Saturn moves into your sign on the 21st of March. Then on May 11th, it goes retrograde. It slips back into Capricorn on July 1st. And then it's moving back through Capricorn all the way until the end of September. So May through September, that's when your evolution is happening. That's when the rewards, all the energy returns from you, from all the life lessons that you have grown and evolved through the prior 3 years. All right, we have the 9 of coins. You have all that you need. 5 of wands. Temperance. There's that balancing in mid-spring. And we have the Death card, which, you know what, we like this because we have this beautiful transition. And look at that, the Ace of Wands. Yes, Aquarius. This is beautiful. This is so good. Okay, so as we start spring with the 9 of Pentacles, this is you, where you are strong, you are independent, you are able, you are capable. There is so much more about you than I feel you give yourself credit for. And I will tell you, I stayed in a relationship much, much longer than I should have. Somebody who did not treat me very well, who did not honor me, because I was so afraid to be alone emotionally, be alone without a mate, and also be alone on my own 2 feet, having to handle all like the challenges and responsibilities of life on my own after I had been with somebody, you know, for almost 10 years. So I get it. Like those of you where these are about certain relationships in your life, friends, family, romance, that are not the best for you, Spirit's saying you can handle it on your own, Aquarius. You are so strong. You give more than you get, and that might be a confusion, because oftentimes when you are connected to people who are takers, they'll try to convince you that you're not giving enough, or that you're a crybaby, or you're crazy, or you're this, or you're that. When the truth is, they're just trying to deflect you from discovering the truth, which is you are giving much more than you're getting back. And I see some internal conflict going on inside of you about these connections. But Aquarius, you're better off on your own if you know who you're aligning your energy with really isn't on your team, isn't giving back. You can't count on them. And you know, you always have to be strong, because if you're already being strong for 2, you better believe you can be strong all on your own. Okay, so some of you need to know that, and get rid of these toxic connections, because they don't belong where you're going. They're just, they can't follow you there, because you are transforming into new energy. So you know, toxic relationships, that's on your mind the first part of spring, and you coming into the realization that you are better off on your own, and you can do it because you've been doing it for 2, so you could do it for 1 for yourself just fine. And then also you know, those of you being in quarantine, you really look like you have everything that you need in the time that you need it, so don't worry, all right? And then mid-spring with Temperance and the Kundalini, energy is feeling really strong inside of you, as well as things really balancing out and evening out in your life for you. Some of these connections could involve a Sagittarius or a Scorpio with temperance and death. And then now, as we, come into the end of spring, May 20th through June 20th, we have the death card followed by the Ace of Wands. So the ending to some really heavy, hard energy with, eighth house Scorpio being attached to this card. Really heavy ending of energy, pushing you into a beautiful brand new beginning. The Ace of Wands, evolution, birthing into the new. So there's major transformation taking place for you, Aquarius, towards the end of spring, moving into summer in a very positive way. All right, let's pull some more cards. Don't worry, and this is coming out under this Nine of Pentacles. You are strong. You have all you need. You've got to believe that. Next is eat better, and this is telling you to nourish your physical avatar, to nourish your heart, to nourish your soul, to nourish your mind. Some of you need some soul manna. Some of you need to take care of your physical avatar much better, and Spirit's really encouraging that. Don't worry about running out of resources or not having enough. Like, all is well. You will get what you need when you need it. Trust the process. And here in the middle of spring, believe in yourself. This beautiful breakthrough energy balancing, coming back into alignment. And look at this, believe big, coming out under the death. And it's that transformation where you're crawling up from the depth, the darkness. You are evolving, you're going up, you're stepping into the unknown, into new energy. So believe big. And lastly, under this Ace of Wands, we have special concession, because I care. So there is a lot of magic to be found for Aquarius towards the end of spring for sure. I love it. I'm going to pull some clarifiers to look at what this transformation, birthing the new, the evolution. I mean, it is so positively aspected. I love it. I love seeing these positive messages for you guys. Look at, you got temperance again. Things really balancing and evening out in your life, as well as your mental body and emotional body. The end of great sadness, challenge, and pain. And lastly, the Eight of Pentacles. Why? Because you've learned, you've evolved, you've grown through that Saturn transit in Capricorn. And now it's time for you to receive the reward and evolve beyond, everything that held you back in the past. So Aquarius, this is a very positive time for you. The start of spring, it's a little rough, just like it is for everybody. But, you're doing some house cleaning emotionally and mentally and spiritually. Mid-spring, everything shifts into a more positive place. You are having a breakthrough. Energy is really balancing out. And then here you are, the end of spring, transforming and birthing into something beautiful and brand new. And it's just reiterated all throughout the cards that came out here at the end, and moving out of some serious heavy energy. And you have learned and you have grown and you are so wise. Aquarius, let's pull you some advice. And look at, your reading is so positive. I'm only at 13 and a half minutes. So the other readings were a bit longer, but that's because it was more involved. Yours is so straightforward and positive, Aquarius. Be excited. And, those of you going through challenging relationships, whether friend, family, or romance, I highly recommend you check out your spring love forecast just to help you sort through those energies a little more, because there's somebody who is no good and you deserve better than that. All right, so be strong fell out, and this is for the first part of spring. When troubles seem to be brewing near, your inner strength will keep you clear. So don't worry. You got that right here too. Don't worry. All is well. You are strong. And maybe some of you, like, your energy's getting down and you start freaking out, and Spirit's like, no, you've got to take care of yourself better, both physically and mentally and emotionally. Okay, so just eat better, drink some coconut water. Sometimes for me, I get dehydrated even though I drink a lot of fluid, because it's more than just having water in your body. So, some of you try some coconut water or some Pedialyte, because that will balance the electrolytes out in your body. Make sure you are getting enough nutrition, enough sleep. Really take care of yourself, okay? And don't worry. Next is flowers, and it says flowers will brighten up your space and create a fairy friendly place. So flowers coming mid-spring, and that's just talking about the energy shifting into a much more positive place for you as well as everybody else. And lastly, we have trust, and it says breathe in, breathe out, let go of doubt. So another message of not to worry. What must end and change and transition, it will happen. Believe big. You're moving into some really wonderful energy that you have earned through working through your life lessons, and your soul is evolving. So this is a powerful time for you, Aquarius. It's also a very positive time for you. So I am sending you all lots of love and light, and keeping each and every one of you in my prayers. Make sure you take really good care of yourself, and be loving and supportive and kind to everybody right now, because the more you shine your light, the more it will be absorbed by others, because everybody needs it right now. So those are your messages, Aquarius. I am wishing you guys all the very best. Take care.